Hobby Boss, 1/35 scale Ukraine KrAZ-6322. Soldier, cargo truck, big rig group build entry for 2022. You want to have a look in the box? Keep watching. So the instruction sheet is really what I like, the fold-out book style. We have 24 pages and 42 steps in this instruction sheet, and we also have a colour call out on the vehicle, one-sided, with a heap of paints. No AK, no ammo, but we've got Humbrol, Tamiya, Model Master, Vallejo, Acrylics and Mr. Hobby. You should be able to find that or an equivalent on plenty of charts on the internet to use your favourite paint brand. It's a pretty basic overall colour scheme, typical military vehicle, and so it would be an easy one to paint. We'll have a look at the instruction sheet. The instruction sheet, as I said, 24 pages, 42 steps. This is a pretty highly detailed kit for a 1/35 scale truck kit, I can tell you that, without going through everything in too much detail and wasting your time. That is all the sprues there you get with your photo etch, your tyres, also masks and decals. But it builds the turbo diesel V8 engine right up, block halves, injector pumps. You could go to town on detailing this. All the belts and pulleys, exhaust system, transfer case, gearbox, radiator. Some work has to be done on the chassis there for this particular version of truck. I'm pretty sure they make a KrAZ as a tractor unit, and it's a multi-purpose vehicle. Adding the transfer case to the gearbox, adding some of your other bits and pieces to it, your winch, your bumper bars, exhaust system, rear suspension, front suspension, steering suspension still on the front. It builds into a really detailed chassis of this particular truck. These big aggressive off-road tyres on spider rims. I wouldn't think I'd see spider rims on a front rim, but obviously the KrAZ run a spider on the front this wide, like with a lot of the other modern day trucks. You sort of see that disc wheel, but I'm thinking, because you're carrying one tyre spare, you can change any tyre that ran flat. The cab's multi-piece cab, but it has heaps of detail, a nice decal sheet for the instrument panel, masks, interior. It just looks really nice. I think it'll paint up well, and I don't think I could do this kit much justice, to tell you the truth, but I'll give it a go. It's probably got more parts in it than your average AMT kit, and like your AMT truck kit, and for about half the price. I think I paid $65 for this delivered to my door, and I think I paid over $100 for the GMC Astro that had the buggered cab. But yeah, putting all this together, spare wheels, the photo etch is for your little hooks on the side to hold your tarpaulin down. You got all the tray being built up, heavy duty military tray, heaps of stuff going on that, and then finally, putting the tray on top of your chassis, and then adding the canvas top if you wanted to. I might go the open tray look, stack a bit of gear in there, but that's a really nice, easy to follow instruction sheet. I'll just show you a few of the parts. What impressed me was that some of the parts, sprues like this, this is the engine sprue here, where it's got delicate parts. Hobby Boss have taken the time to actually protect it from getting broken by wrapping this foam around it, and I'll carefully cut it away, and we'll see what we're protecting. So yeah, protecting some of this real fine detailed bits and pieces, little bits and pieces for the engine and the spare wheel carrier. So that's a really, really good idea. And the detail on this part is really, really nice. I can't see any flash on anything that I've been through. No injector pin marks or anything like that where you can see them, so there's not much filling and sanding to do in that regard. Things like one of the B sprues there with the spider rims are molded one piece. You have to put the front rim on, but there's nut rivet bolt detail in there on the hub, and on the backing plates here, there's even detail for the for where the hub bolts onto the stub on the swivel joint here. It's really, really, really nice. Back of the, we've got like the ventilated drums here. It's really, really nicely detailed. I've got the chassis part here. A couple of little things are bent around, but nothing broken. This is sprue L. We've got really, really no seam lines. A couple of little sink marks on the inside, which should be covered up with cross members and bits and pieces, but a really, really nice looking chassis. It's nice and straight, and it should go together well. Using my icky sticky cutting board, I can make a template up to make sure my chassis goes together straight, but I think it shouldn't have any dramas. More parts of the engine, steering wheel, it's just flash free, moulded extremely well, nice surface detail. I know you can't see much on this and you're trusting my judgment, but I think it's very, 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 very well done. I said I've never built a hobby boss kit before. We've got another piece here covering some foam, protecting sprue P. There must be something pretty delicate underneath there. Yep, it's one of these mirror brackets, the two of the smaller pieces. We've got some nice perforated side pieces of the side steps there. You've got the pressed strengthening areas moulded in beautiful on these fuel tanks. Everything's really, really nicely done. The clever thing they've done with the air tank ends as well is where they've moulded them, where they join together, you won't have a seam line to fill, because that will act as part of the strapping, and there might be a little bit of clean up on those, but I doubt it very much. But it looks really, really nice so far. Just really nice little rivets here on the front bumper bar. The pin is moulded in, the toe pin on the front's moulded in, but look, honestly, I think it's really, really good. So I won't bore you too much about going through all the parts, but everything's moulded nicely. Nothing's got flash on it that I can see, and I think it's going to build up nicely. It might take a little while with the high part count, and I don't know whether I'll do a stage by stage video. I might do a build up and then like do the chassis and engine and everything, and then do a video, I think, because it's going to be a fairly long build. Some nice timber texture in the tray too on the plastic. I don't know whether you'll be able to see it or not, but there is some really nice texture on here. One cat hair. All the bracing underneath the tray is nice. Still got timber texture. Injector pin marks on the bottom here. I'll have to fill those, because I think if you turn the vehicle over, they would stand out. The roof's got the nice ribbing effect, the strengthening ribbing effect on the roof there. The mounts for the clearance lights and bits and pieces are very nice, and it should go together, I said, quite well. Some interior detail on the cab there, a bit of padding, some ejector pin marks and some writing in the bonnet. Might want to see how that bonnet opens and closes, whether we'll get rid of those, but there is still the bracing on the inside of the bonnet, the stiffening braces. Got some detail on the firewall of the front of the cab. Mud guards are nice. So, the dash is really, really nice. The decal sheet should go in there beautifully. The gauges and everything are recessed in this, and the decal shed is locked one piece, so I think it might pay to probably carefully cut the gauges out. I'll have a look at that. The seat has all the nice air ride brackets, some nice padding on the seats, so it is a really nice kit, right down to the door handles and everything on the interior panels. They're all moulded in nicely. 1/35 scale, guys. How cool. Final thing, we got a few little bits and pieces here. Some rear mud guards, some of the air tanks, more of the mud guards. That's a dual sprue E. You get duplicates of that, but I think it should go together very, very well. We've got the masks inside with the decals. The decals have Russian markings in it, as well as your dash and the Ukrainian ones. We'll be using those. I won't take them out of the packet. The clear comes with side mirrors, headlights, clearance lights, two-piece glass. It looks really, really clean and tidy. I'll put that back in the bag so it stays that way. Plastic seems like it's going to be pretty good, and to save damaging the photo etch, I'll keep that in the packaging as well. But we've got some steps here for the front, some bracing and some little vents, and in here all these fiddly little photo etch tie down tags on both sides. You've got two sets of those, and some other little bracing and bits and pieces as well for the tray. So that is it. I'll start this and hopefully Jeff will let me build it. You should stay through. It's not a kit. I wouldn't say go out and buy that for your first 1/35 scale military kit. It looks a lot of parts, a lot of small parts, but we'll see how we go. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the next video. Go over and check Jeff's Model Garage out on YouTube. And Jeff does lots of hard work, and shout outs to our other channels, so go and pay some love for old Jeff. Till next time, be safe, model hard, a little bit of effort. You can get a good result from an old model kit, and I reckon they're going to get a good result out of this one if nothing stuffs up. See ya.